Polygon episode or issuance rather number
36.
36 for this November 28th, 2014, a day after Thanksgiving. It's going to be a lone show tonight due to it being Thanksgiving, and we want to give our guests a chance to be with their family over the Thanksgiving holiday. And we definitely had a good time with our families yesterday, and more tomorrow. Our other co-host for tonight is unavailable due to his internet issues, so he should be back next week.
But we should mention we already have some technical issues now because Henry's video or his webcam isn't working.
Yeah, my normal webcam on here. I tried to figure out. It's just not enabling because I saw it was using the webcam.
Now my camera works fine if I'm on my sofa. I don't get this.
Yeah, because Chrome says it's using my microphone, even though it's just not enabling it for some reason. So who knows what the heck's up with that? But that's that, and we still have our normal audio for tonight. This isn't a vodcast. This is a podcast tonight. So we have to get downgraded there. Some of the discussions tonight. Tonight we'll mainly be looking at software that weather enthusiasts use from the National Weather Service down to just the average user level, and just kind of compare them, give our thoughts. I mean, it's kind of like a Black Friday review show where we can look at all the different services that are out there, from radar to modeling to the full suite, and give our reviews and takes on it, and let you know, as other weather enthusiasts, on what you should potentially buy and get the most bang for your buck. Aside from that, we'll also talk about our good old snowy weather that we've been experiencing the past couple days, but the crazy temperature swings today, and I'm sure Jeff can talk about some models for a bit. But aside...
First off, I'm going to rant about something. I'm going to rant, because let's see if my screen share is going to work, because I'm going to see if my screen share works. It's going to do that for a while, but, okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the Microsoft Jigsaw game, okay? This is the weather puzzles. According to this one over here, it says it's a tornado over the lake. That is not a tornado. What the heck is that? That is not a tornado. I am sorry. That looks like a rain shaft to me. It's evident these people do not know what a tornado is. Yes, a tornado. It's this big rain thing. What the heck? This is stupid. That just irritated me, and I wanted to bitch about that, because that was, okay, back to that. So that was my rant. That annoyed me. So.
For once, when I'm on the show, I don't have a rant to discuss this week. I personally, since we're still kind of in the pre-show right now, let's talk about what we did over Thanksgiving, and Jeff, you can start while
I ate food, I came home. The end.
Sounds like the average Thanksgiving for most. Well, yesterday, for those that know me, I am a very picky eater. I do not eat. I am probably the pickiest eater that you will ever meet. Half of my diet is consisted of dairy and a little bit of chicken in there, but I stay healthy. I mean, if you look at me on Facebook and stuff, I mean, I'm pretty healthy. I play basketball, and I'm around 125, and I'm like 6'2" now, I believe. So I'm getting taller.
Skeleton.
For me, not eating as healthy as I should. I mean, I don't eat I've never had steak, never had turkey. I've had ham, but I'm not really a big fan of ham. I mean, it's just not my kind of thing, and I've never tried turkey, and I don't think I it's just personal preference for me. But I did not eat a single thing over Thanksgiving lunch. So in turn, what I did eat yesterday evening, I ordered a large pizza for myself from which the thing is for those that have been watching us week after week is that you'll notice we always discuss what pizza I'm getting every week because I usually get a Casey's pizza. But this week I'm full. I went out with my grandparents a while, about an hour ago, so that filled me up. But yesterday I had my large pizza and I ate the whole thing because I was pretty hungry because I didn't have lunch yesterday. But that's my kind of Thanksgiving meal is a good pizza from Casey's. And I did tip the our delivery driver it's the same delivery driver every week. This is the delivery driver that he's a little weird, but he's a cool guy because let me just give one example. He was driving up to our house, and he has this nice little red Chevy car, and you can hear it as it comes up your driveway. And he comes to ring your doorbell, so I'm walking to the door, and you can hear him humming the sound of your doorbell. I mean, if you don't get a little bit weirded out, I mean, he must really like our doorbell because he was humming it and he was really intense about it. He was really passionate, which, I mean, it was hard not to laugh when you come to the door and you open it up and you hear him humming it. You're trying not to laugh, but, I mean, he's a cool guy, so I tipped him pretty well. I think the amount for the pizza was about $15. I tipped him $20 because he comes every week. So he got a good Thanksgiving tip from us. $20. He can go buy something for himself. But tonight, I slept until 2 because I was up late last night doing some work. So I slept today until 2 p.m. And then I got myself ready and I went out with my grandparents about an hour ago and I met up with them. I did discover that the thing that I tend to live by is when my mother died back 1 or 2 years ago now, you really learn to kind of cherish the time you have with your loved ones while you have it. I mean, I used to be just I honestly I took it for granted for a long time, but a lot of events happen lately that I mean it kind of opens your eyes a little bit and makes you think you gotta cherish the time with them while you can. And that's just something I've kind of learned. So we spent a couple hours with them eating supper, and I actually talked about with them how my interest in I've never been interested in music and playing. Honestly, my interest in playing the piano and now maybe even the violin has kind of sounds crazy because those that know me, I have never liked music. I mean, I like listening to it, but I've never really been interested in playing music my entire life. But now, they've kind of grown. At least my sort of aunt. I'm not sure how the relation because it's my step grandfather, but it's the step grandfather's sister. So Jeff, you might know more about that because you know ancestry, but so yeah, I'm hoping that I can learn how to play the piano because I think it's really cool. I'd like to read sheet music and all that good stuff. And they even thought, because I have like long hands, my webcam isn't on, but my hands are like freakishly large. So and they thought it would be good for playing the violin. So I might be doing that too. But enough about me, Jeff. If you wanna, what did you do today?
I slept, and then I woke up, and then I came on the computer. That's about it. I'm a boring person. And I did my work for the network today, and it was another one of these crazy, all over the place temperature swings again that we're seemingly having. It's getting a little annoying. I think Mother Nature is saying, let's make it warm. No, let's make it cold. Let's make it warm. Let's make it cold. Let's get everybody sick.
I did get my wallet today. Just a side note there, Jeff. My nice Swiss Alpine or Alpine Swiss wallet.
Yay! Isn't that
Your letter
exciting?
is pretty nice. And no, did not get your wallet with chain. Sorry to disappoint you.
Yeah, he went all the way to Switzerland to get it.
Oh yeah, I flew all the way. I did carry out just to get a wallet. It was pretty cheap. I did buy it on Amazon. But anyway, let's get to the weather portion of the show because it is about 7:05 now. Pretty much we can start out with weather news. It's been quiet in the weather world lately. One thing I will mention, those that are a part of the GR Level X world with their software, which we'll talk about them more later. One of the providers for quote unquote free place files went down because they've been hit with a DDoS attack or DOS attack, or I didn't even really look at the details of it. But Allison House got hit recently. Now, the provider that I use, they haven't gotten hit yet, which is
You put the kiss of death on it now.
it doesn't surprise the provider that I use, which is through Derek and placefiles.us.to. They actually have a guy that actually knows how to prevent those attacks and how to prevent those, unlike other providers which don't seem to really put in the precautions in place. But that's my own little rant. I'm sure I'll get a little backfire from that. But this free provider got hit, and it looks like their hosting provider did not appreciate them, and it showed that their site got suspended or whatever. Although I'm looking at it now and it looks like it's back up. But I don't understand what's up with all these. I'm guessing it's just random attacks, but there's been a lot of sites that have been getting hit lately with DOS attacks and their weather sites. I mean, it's been anywhere from Allison House to the Tropical Tidbit site, which is for models and stuff. Noah's gotten hit. Wilmington Weather got hit. Although it does seem like the Allison House target was a directed, I mean, it was the purposeful, thought out, planned attack because that one lasted out a couple days, even with Allison House's many preventive precautions against that. Wilmington Weathers, which was the free site that got hacked, that seems like it was more random, and then Noah's gotten hit by the Chinese hacked them. They've had their own site issues. I saw that one of their servers went down recently. So it's just not been a good day for technology and weather within that combo. But aside from that, Jeff, do you have any media weather news? Anybody getting fired recently?
Not that I know of, because this usually is not the week that a lot of people love to get fired. Outside of some people moving around, I mean, I could look, but with it being Thanksgiving week, a lot of stuff was pretty much off this week because not a lot of stuff is going to get done. Nobody's going to get fired or leave. There's a few people moving from here to there or wherever across the country, but nothing of a concern. I did see, though, that this was last week, though, that oh gosh, who was it? It's the morning meteorologist at KWQC in Davenport is leaving to go to Denver, and they did a promo. It's on YouTube. It's hilariously silly, where they announced the new morning person to take over, which is their weekend guy, which is Kevin Phelps, and it is hilarious. It's funny. I've seen it on YouTube. It is funny. They even did an outtake of it too, which is funny. But that's the only person, at least in the local area where we are, that is actually moving and replacing. There will be a new weekend person there, but they haven't announced who that's going to be, and probably that's a job that's going to be up for somebody in the coming weeks or so. Yep, that's it.
Well, thank you very much, Lloyd. I appreciate that. Do you have any idea how hard it's going to be for us to replace you? I know who we found, and I think we're in great hands. In fact, I'll show you guys who it is right now. Really? Yeah.
He's here. He's ready. Kevin Phelps. Quad Cities today. I can't believe Greg is actually
The outtake.
Yeah.
You want to see who it is? All right, here he is. Just checking, right? Well, that's going to be a tough loss for KWQC there, but which station in Denver is going to?
Oh gosh, I could look it up.
Is it what affiliate is it?
I'd have to look, cause I'd have just in a sec. I could probably I'll find it right away. I know it's not the one that Matt's at, which is our guest next week. I know it's not KMGH.
KCNC isn't that their or KUSA? KUSA, KDBR, K.
There's a couple of a lot of stuff is not a lot of stuff happened in the last. Let me see. I can. It's gonna be a while. I have to load this. So, but a lot of the stuff that's going on. Let's see. But he is moving to because they announced that he was moving in September, but they didn't do the thing until now. Okay. Yeah, now I know where he's going. He's going to the Tribune stations, which is Fox 31 and their CW affiliate there too.
KWGN and KDVR.
Yeah, that's where he's going.
Oh, it sounded. I was wondering if I can find there. He said goodbye this morning.
Yeah, his last day was today, so.
We start in the morning. We're underneath the coldest air in the nation, and our forecast over the next couple of days is going to play into that. For the forecast, I think it's time. You guys think it's time? We're going to call him. We're going to call on the replacement. And by the way, when I went to management and told them, hey, I have this job offer in Denver, leaving the area, obviously we're going to have to find a replacement. This was my personal recommendation. I did not want them to even bring in anyone else. So come on in. Great guy. He is a personal friend, by the way, and I like him very much. A fantastic meteorologist. Kevin, great away, bud.
Thank you very much. It goes forward, right?
Yeah, it goes forward.
All right, F1 back.
And if you get lost, hit the hot button. You'll just go to the 7th
day. All right, there we go. You know, that was eerily similar to like 4 years ago when I came here to interview.
Yeah. This is like he was standing at the wall, and actually, you were so good that for a while I thought you were going to take my job.
No, yeah, right. No, you remember you were standing right here, and you said you need to slow down just a little bit,
which was a lot of it.
Yeah, it was a lot of it.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. Thank you for the coming.
Take
And
it away.
also thank you for the recommendation.
No problem.
Oh, and what's this? No, it's Kevin. Oh, I didn't see you put that in the rundown. That's it.
Oh, brother. They're.
Well, he'll be. How long has he been at KWQC?
Several years.
He
He was involved in an incident that occurred earlier this year or late last year. But we
looks
won't go
like
into that.
from what I'm reading, 2009 to present, he was at UC, and then 07 to 09, he was at WABI in Bangor.
Yeah, Bangor, Maine.
Bangor, Maine. Well, that
He's going west. He'll be in Los Angeles soon.
Now he, again, if you didn't hear, he's now at KDVR and KWGN in Denver, or their Fox and CW affiliate, whatever you want to call it there. But he'll be missed thoroughly, I'm sure, in the Quad Cities market. But aside from that, let's get down to our primary show now. Looking at software and all of those goody things, we can start off with just basic radar. We'll talk it up from about the weather enthusiast level for the basic person all the way up to the NWS and what they use. We'll kind of give prices, we'll give them reviews, and all that, all the goodies that come along with it. So, Jeff, if you want to, since you kind of have the default configuration there for GR level 3, that's where we'll start. If you can load that up on your end and get ready to screen share that while I kind of explain what it is. But GR level 3, there's two basic types of radar data, which is level 3 and level 2. Level 3 is the base resolution for radar data. It has more products than level 2. Level 2 is high resolution. It is down much higher resolution than level 3, but it has less products. Level 3 has the derived products, along with rainfall and all of that stuff along with it. Level 3 is cheaper than the level 2 product from GR Level X, and it's pretty self-standard on why it's called GR Level 3. It's Gibson Ridge Level 3 radar data. You can kind of catch on from that. But as you can see, as Jeff is sharing there, you can see kind of what it looks like. It has the nice auto background, and you can change the color tables and the icons. There's not a lot of active weather happening right now, so we can't use it in its full-fledged view, but it has warnings. It has the auto background, which will adjust as you get closer to cities. You can change basically everything from the colors to the tables to the icons to everything. And this is kind of what we use basically here at the network for base radar. And you can see as Jeff zooms in, it gets nicely adjusted. And if you can zoom in a little bit more, so we can show even farther, and you can see there. You can see farther in on the cities as it loads up in the background. You can see very high-res background data. You can adjust the transparency. You can see the radar at the city level, which is nice, and this is the version 2 product. This updates, depending on the mode, it can update anywhere from about 10 minutes in the quote-unquote clear air mode, which is if there's not a lot of precipitation in the area, to nearly 1 to 2 minute updates, which is in precipitation mode. But that's the base product. That is for $80 from grlevelx.com. That it's a very good product for a good price. It doesn't require a lot of system data, so that's good. But that's the first product. The next one from GR Level X that I'll have to show here, if I can get it loaded, is GR2 Analysis, which this one again is kind of self-explanatory. It's level 2 data, which is the high-res data instead of the high-res data instead of the base data. This is standard and super resolution level 2 data. It offers, both of them offer the dual POL products, but this simply offers the higher resolution, lets you get down, and you can see as I load there the road conditions, which not a problem there. But you can see it's pretty quiet. No warnings around, so we can't really show the base data. Jeff, were you on
I was on lacrosse, since there is active weather there.
You can see here this is a bit more customized. Like I said, you can do what you want with it. You can customize the roads. You can add things from the local storm reports, which it doesn't show on screen share, but as you hover over things, you can see more information. You can add things from, if you add those place files that we mentioned a while back, you can add airport delays to pretty much anything from road conditions, lightning strikes, temperatures, and pretty much all of that. And again, this is the high resolution. You can see as we get closer in here, you can see the high-res version of this. And you can see the bins are much more high-res than the level 3 products, so you can see them clear in. You got the icons along with it. One thing that GR Level 3 and GR2 Analysis don't offer is the precip typing abilities as another product offers, which is unfortunate, but we'll show you another product that can actually do that once we get to that. But one of the cooler things is that you can do volume views, which is pretty much taking a 3D view at the storm. Like I said, you can't see this in the full-fledged view as it's not really severe weather season, but you can see all of the different abilities with it. You can change how the things look. If we just do a basic view, you can see inside of the storm. You can really get in there. You can hide some of the lower resolutions. See, if we like shut that part off, you just see the green part. Do a bit better view. You can see where the higher, which is helpful in times when you're trying to find velocity data for tornadoes. As you can see, nothing too fancy there, but it helps during severe weather season. And then you can do a 2D view as well, which same thing, just lets you look at different data and try to find tornado, which this is helpful when trying to find rotation, hail, and those kind of things. So again, this is GR2 Analysis. You can look at all of the radar sites across the nation, including Guam, Hawaii, Alaska, whatever you want really. Lets you look at the high resolution products and analysis. And this requires a bit more better system requirements. You have to have a pretty good graphics card with shader model 2.0 support. Just a decent computer pretty much. The next product, or actually the final operational product from GR Level X would be GR Earth. And this is a Windows viewer for real-time worldwide weather data with a focus on a regional to a national view. It lets you view a lot more built-in from GR2 Analysis than GR Level 3. And Jeff, while I'm mentioning this, can you load up some other things that you can think about for a while I mention this? You can find other sites and such. But GR Earth lets you look at the 1 kilometer continental United States radar mosaic. Lets you look at severe weather warnings and watches. That's something GR Level 3 and GR2 Analysis don't have built in. You can look at watches, Storm Prediction Center mesoscale discussions. And while I'm mentioning this, I should mention the price of GR2 Analysis. It is a bit more than GR Level 3 at $250, but it is well worth the price, and it's has some patents with it regarding the volume explorer and cross-section views. So it's very exclusive. You see media using it all around. There's actually TV stations actually own some exclusive rights, including Birmingham, Denver, Hartford, and New Haven, Miami, Orlando, Tampa, Atlanta, Grand Rapids, Jackson, Charlotte, Raleigh, Cincinnati, Myrtle Beach / Florence, and Nashville. Just a few of the markets there, but back to GR Earth now. Again, GR2 analysis is for 250, GR level 3 is 80. GR Earth also has local storm reports. GR level 3 and GR2 analysis also has that. It has the Storm Prediction Center convective outlooks, which is the marginal, slight, enhanced, moderate, and high risks. Lets you look at METAR data, which is like temperatures, weather, dew points, humidity, all that good stuff, as well as hurricane tracks, recon models, the satellite imagery from the GOES satellites, mesoanalysis, automatic high-res, same thing with your level 3 and your 2A. Forecast models, including the GFS, the NAM 4 kilometer, the NAM 12 kilometer, the high resolution window, HRW, the HRRR, as well as a few other things, and spotter network. And this one is actually a collaboration between GR Level 3, or GR Level X rather, and Allison House, which provides the data. GR Level X provides the program. And if we can put this up on screen share, this is the one that offers the precip typing you can see up here in Wisconsin. It offers the mosaic, which is really nice. If we switch over to the GOES West satellite, you can see there pretty well. It has the good precip typing. This is a homebrew, quote-unquote, version of the precip typing, which means it uses its own algorithms. It uses its own data to produce this precip typing, and it is very, it's pretty good at doing a analysis. If we switch over to our METAR temperatures, you can see it's generally pretty good. The only difference is that you see there it's much colder than elsewhere, but it does a pretty good job of temperatures, and you can see this all around the globe. I mean, you can go look at Africa if you really feel like it. You can look at satellite data from the east to west United States to Hawaii, to the east tropical data to Puerto Rico and all that, which is very good. Temperatures, METAR, LSRs, spotters, you can look at everything. It's pretty much a national level satellite program that lets you look at radar and temperatures at a regional view, which is really nice, and you can look at an animation and all that. And this is for $180 a year, which is one downside, but server costs, I mean, you never really get a break from the server costs, which is why it costs a bit more to maintain. So Jeff, I'll toss it over to you for whatever you have now.
Yeah, I have the hazardous weather site here that we use, and let me switch over to me and switch over. For example, this is because we customize this, we can put our own stuff on here with this, because we do have this now. For example, this is the 18Z NAM with the temperatures. It shows you the temperatures at all the ASOS or AWIPs or stations around the state and around the country. So you can go up to here, and it's nice and color coded, whatnot. You can do that and whatnot. You can put in all these layers and stuff and whatnot. Put in like the radar, which is like right here. You see that radar from earlier. And you can put in like the goes east and goes west, which right now would be in infrared because the sun's gone down for the day. So, but and this is, and I've only seen this a few times because we only got it a few days ago, but we've been looking at it in the past. So, but you can do a lot of stuff. You can put in like different models, different stuff, simulated radar, for example, stuff you'd normally see, but you can get really down into it. For example, the best thing about it is, I believe it has the precipitation type. Or at least I'd hope it does, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be mad. But
Maybe turn off the radar data there, Jeff.
yeah, that would be probably sensible. This is called Jeff doesn't know what he's doing. Come on, turn it off. Good. See, like here, and then it. Come on. Maybe it doesn't go up farther. See, it shows where it might be in the form of snow, although it's. But it works. And it wants to work because it's being a bit bitchy for me. But this pretty good. You can select any model you want. High-res GFS, European, and even the one that they have, because they have their own model, a Wharf model. You get the rapid refresh, the HRRR, stuff like that. You can get it. You can just zoom right in if it's going to work, because I'm putting up a lot of stuff right now, so you can do it right to the street level. I don't know how well it would work when you're right at that level, but I mean, this is, and I've only looked at this a time or two, so I'm a bit, it's going to take me a while to figure this out, but it's, whoops, I went a little too far. So you can see, for example, shows up pretty well, except I'm a little too far out, so. Oh, Jeff and his fat finger, he can't get everything to work right. See, this is what it would look like. It looks pretty good with this, and you can actually see the counties outside if I didn't have the wind barbs on here, but this is really nice with this, because I always complain about not knowing what county or wherever it could be in. Of course, on models, you can't be that pinpointed, but I always want to know if it's like east of a line or west of a line from such and such to so-and-so, and this would work out here. So that's what we have with this. And how much does this cost? I tell you, I can look that up for you. This costs, let me see, let me look at this.
Go to
This costs, if you can get it for $10 a month, or you can get it for $50 every 6 months, which would be the same as $100 a year. But the $100 a year means you pay for 10 months and get 2 months free. But if you want custom branding and stuff and total access, it would cost $240 a year. The 6 month a year and the total access stuff, you get the Euro, the hazardous Euro model thing they have, and that's with all this stuff right here. But you can only get it with the 60 year and the total. So it's well worth doing if you want to really get into the models and whatnot.
And I will note that there's a Black Friday deal. You can get monthly access for $5 per month, the 6 month access for, I believe, 30 or so, the yearly for 50 a year, and the total access for 90. So go get it while it lasts, as that's a big discount there. But as I load up Weatherbell here on whatever's left of our trial here through December 1st. The big thing about Weatherbell that we notice is that it's static images. It's interactive, which, I mean, there's pros and cons to both. We won't completely trash it, but the thing about Weatherbell is that it has the ECMWF. It's slower than NOAA and some of those big models.
Most models, I think, are slower, but when we tried it the one day, it was very noticeably slow.
And you can kind of describe this a little bit more since you have the more experience.
Because I used this for one of my videos, and it was a bit slow. Now, they have a lot more selections, which I can understand why it would be slow. But in my case, for needing it, I would have needed it to be like done quick. And now on days when since we didn't get this trial during severe weather season, which probably would have been a better thing to see this, it kind of felt like need stuff like now, and if it's not going to give us stuff now, then we're not going to go there no more. So, and that's what I kind of felt. I mean, it had really nice maps. It had state maps, which looked really nice, because you never, on the hazardous weather site, you can always try to get it to work right if you try to really put it down right. Whereas this, they've made the map for you, but you can't interact or move it and zoom and whatnot. So, but they have so many stuff that you can go completely nuts with it. For example, Henry right now has just the eastern United States right now. And if you're trying to do the animation, it didn't work for me either, so, which kind of irritated me. So, but their models are good, but in our case, we want them like now, and we were getting a little bit perturbed with it. It is good model data. I will say that it is good model data. So
that's Weather Bell. The other sites that we can look at here would
and
be.
you need to tell them how much that costs.
Weather Bell is $185 a year.
Or I think $20 a month, something like that.
The other site here would be EuroWeather, EuroWX.com, which is, again, just the ECMWF. This is very affordable. It gives you access to just about everything. I mean, it gives you the tables, and you can see here it gives you the actual tables for different forecast times, which is really nice. It's $7.95 a month, which would be roughly
$7.95 a month would be close to $96 a year.
which is very affordable. And that's what the Black Friday deals here. Get $1 off per month, so, and it's already cheap, so that's a pretty good deal. You get access to everything with the ECMWF, with temperatures, convective available potential energy, and convective inhibition.
And this is really helpful if you have a lot of these models. If you get because if you're going to get the Euro, you're going to have to get all these models to do like snowfall and whatnot, because so many models. One model could say you're going to get a lot of snow, and another model will say what snow. I noticed that the other day. This was last week. Wisconsin. One model said 2 or 3 inches. Another model said a foot. Well, I'll say right now, what ended up happening was it wasn't 2 to 3 inches, but it wasn't a foot. It was somewhere in the middle. So you'd need like multiple models to then get an idea of who's wrong, who's way off base, and who's crazy. There's always one that's way off to the right and one way off to the left. You kind of have to wonder, where's the one on the left, where's on the one on the right, throw them out and go look in the middle. So you'd need multiple models, so you'd need to have all this stuff if you were really, truly a weather geek in this case.
And for those that can't really spend as much money as we can, or other enthusiasts, there's the basic. There's a lot. The NWS actually does provide a lot of nice tools for free that are actually very useful. This is one tool that I always recommend for people. This is the Enhanced Data Display Viewer, which is pretty much everything in a nice map form. You can see everything down to the street level. I don't really like this mapping as much, but
yeah.
Hey, you gotta do, or it looks like you can actually change this. Yeah, there we go. If you go over to Google Map, but you can see that you can get access to radar data. No precept type. Excuse me. No precept typing. You can go to the individual sites look at all the general products from storm total accumulation. I'll look at that over time.
And this is good because you don't want to have to go from one Weather Service page to another, to another, to another if you want to look at stuff. With this, you can just go one, dum, doop, 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 and you get it done, and it's on one page, and you're not loading up 500 windows. Because, or in some cases, you don't want to end up blowing your memory out, whereas you can do it on one page and get it done, and not have to worry. And then you can use your other windows and whatnot to load all this other stuff that we've been speaking about.
Yeah, and you can get access to generally everything. You can get everything in one display, from radar to satellite. You can look at current alerts to rivers. You can look at this is really nice, this table here. You can look at when warnings ends, and all the issuing officers. And you can actually go in and select one and then look at the, when it's a bit iffy with the, or touchy rather, with things. You can look at flood warnings. You can look at river data and seeing the forecast for that. I mean, for emergency managers, this is really nice. You can see here, you can look at all these different sites and such. Pretty interesting stuff. You can look at forecasts. You can actually show things on the map here. I mean, you can change it. You can include more sites as you want it. You can see here, you can see all of these fun sites, and you can click on them and do all that stuff. You can look at, and it brings up the radar, and you can watch it as the hour goes by. You can look at the tables. It's a bit buggy, but it does the job pretty well. It's a lot of stuff on a single screen. I know that's just one issue that I have. You can look at the model spread, which this is always interesting. I mean, if you go to Mason City, which is local here, you can see the NWS, all of these, lots of fun. This is the max data. I mean, it's really nice. I mean, just seeing the spread of things and how that goes. Webcams, you can see through a third-party service, you can see webcams at different locations sometimes, but you can see tornado outlooks and the convective outlooks, background. There's a lot more you can view. I know I've used this a few times to look at. Trying to see what, I believe it was this. Yeah, one thing that was nice with this was I believe you can get the 1 to 2 minute goes RSO data, which is satellite rapid scan data. I know you can view this in this.
When it's actually running in rapid scan.
Yeah, during severe weather and such. Yeah. There's a lot. There's seriously a lot of stuff you can view with this. You can just see it. The list goes on and on. You can view satellite and a whole lots of different data that you can view from. So that's that. Jeff, do you have anything else that you have to show?
I'm going to share something. Just let me flip back to me, and I am going to share. Oh, wait a minute. Let me first find where I put it. So just a second. Okay, now I found it. Okay, this is a site I've gone over. Whoops. Come on, screen share. Thank you. Okay. This is the weather graphics thing. This is Tim Vasquez's website. And he has digital atmosphere, which I'll first start with. This is fairly old style, but it's pretty decent because you can get like the METAR data and buoy data, and it has radar. It is a little bit old style, but you can also get radar in Canada and stuff like that, and you get the QT charts, get weather in Europe. You can change the maps and whatnot. Go. This is one where you could kind of make your own maps and whatnot from this. The radar data and whatnot stuff. This costs $89 for standard, or $200 or $199 actually for the professional version. This has been around for many, 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 many years. But this is the one that really got me, was this. This is Forecast Laboratory. This is not to get current weather. This would be something you'd want to use now when there's no severe weather around, because this simulates severe weather from the past. And in this you get to do a forecast from what data you get, and you build up a forecast as to what's going to happen, and then it slowly develops into whatever day is being run, and you don't know what day it is until the end. So can you do as good, if not better, than, like, say, the Storm Prediction Center or the Weather Service when doing severe weather? This would give you a keen sense of learning how to look at the models and figuring out what's taking place, and that could better serve you for next season and the years to come, that you would have a sense of what's going on. And they include a lot of big-time tornado outbreaks, including Joplin in 2011, several tornadoes, more in El Reno, the tornado outbreak in Arkansas this year, and whatnot. You can put it in chase mode, which means you could actually be a storm chaser and go to a target, but you're not going to know, and base it off models. You do sight mode, where you can run a spotter network and whatnot in this thing. It's like a game, but it's actually educational. So this is like, and the more I look at it, the more I want it. It's like, oh, it's so cool. But you'd need decent hard disk space, because you need Windows 8 or 7 or Vista, all the way down to Windows 2000. That kind of tells you whatnot. Windows 2000, yeah, you need that. But you get the old NCEP charts from back then, whenever this is, and all these things, the QT charts. This would really is helpful. This is the current one. This is the one coming out, because he updated this. So right now it would be $49 on electronic download, or you can get it on a DVD disc for $49 plus shipping. So, but this would be very helpful for somebody who wants to try and learn, especially if you're a severe weather nut, and this would be the case if you live in the plains, to have something similar to this so you can understand what the models are telling you and whatnot. Something like that. And I don't have this, but the more I look at it, the more I want it. So, and we're going to try to get Tim Vasquez on the program one of these days, so he can discuss a lot of the stuff that he has on his website. So, but this would be interesting for something to try, especially this time of the year when there's not a lot of severe weather, or virtually none, to try and get something like this to be able to enhance your skills, so when severe weather does come, you can know what could likely happen and have a better thinking of what could take place and where, if I'm trying to say that right.
Well, anything else?
You could do radar scope, because you forgot radar scope.
Oh yeah, I might as well go get ear server running here. I can get that to that. Ooh, gotta grab my.
And I'd mentioned that he had Tim Vasquez's weather graphics site, all these books. I have several, so, but, and he
Okay.
just updated the forecast laboratory a month or two ago, so. I know he also had this, and I've gotten this before too, and I'll bring my screen share. This is not for current weather stuff. This would be like to look back on stuff. So let me screen share it back. This is the historical weather archive sets. For example, you can get the global surface archives back to 1920, although it says 1930, but this says 1920. It goes back a ways. All the way to, at this point, February of this year, it'd be 195 standard, 295 professional. You can just get the North American archives. That goes up to this past month, October. And that can go back to, it says 1930, but we're not sure. You can just get European archives. You can get the global upper archives, the upper air stuff, back to the mid-40s. You can get the total NSEP, which would be all of the charts ever generated by NSEP back to 1995. Get the total NWS, which would be all of the text archives from the Weather Service back to 02, but you can go to the IEM and find that too, the IEM site. But this would be pretty good. Then there's this Argon thing. This is an external hard drive that has, I believe, everything. It might be. This might have everything, and it's $500. So that's like, you have to be pretty rich to see to get stuff like that. But that would be something of interest for some people, because there's some people that wouldn't mind having something like that. So Henry
Well,
has radar scope, and he'll discuss that now.
this is radar scope. As you can see, I'm running this on Air server. This isn't actually like a Windows application. This is on my iPad right now. And radar scope is pretty much a combination of VR level 3 and GR level 2, which is just the level 2 without the analysis and all of the Explorer views. But right now, what you're seeing is the level 2 data. This is not the preset typing. This is just the level 2. You can see all of this is just the pure raw level 2 data. You can go up from, this is tilt 1, you can go up to the tilt 2, which is pretty much going up in the storm, which lets you look at tornado data and just seeing if there's any rotation. You can see, you can go up from tilt 1 to tilt 4. That's the level 2 reflectivity. This is the level 3. So you can view both if you want. You can look at the classic. I mean, there's a lot of products in here that you can look at. This is just the composite reflectivity. You can look at velocity. This is the high-res velocity. To the low-res, you can look at the storm relative, classic velocity, surface rain or rainfall, vertically integrated liquid from the high-res version to the low-res version, echo tops, all the products. I mean, you can look at the HCA product, which, I mean, the stuff would be dry snow.
You can draw too, by the way.
You can draw on it.
And that's actually what we're seeing now is we're kind of seeing up in Wisconsin right now would be like snow and a wintry mix with freezing rain and sleet type stuff. That's why it's kind of a bit, because that's what's going on up there right now is you got a lot of warm air kind of coming up over, so.
You can see on this, I mean, you can measure from, say, I mean, if we put this in motion, there's different settings. I mean, you can't see it on here, but you can put warnings for an additional. The base cost of this program, I believe. Jeff, do you remember how much this was?
Not offhand. I know there's just radar scope, and then there's radar scope for TV, but the TV one is like $500 a year. But that's for video purposes, like if you're going to stream or like do a lot of stuff. Like most cases, TV stations pretty much run it. That's why it's called radar scope for TV.
Radar scope for iOS is $9.99. For Mac is $29.99. TV is about $500 yearly, and the Pro feature on this is $500 yearly. So if we put this back in full screen, yeah. So what the Pro lets you do is you can get the lightning data and additional animation in this. So as you can see, you can mark when storms will reach a place, say Green Bay, that's about 150 miles. Or if you want to know how far away the radar is, or
how high the beam is.
Yeah, you can shows that data. Yeah, you kind of have to do it from there, but you can see how far. It doesn't give you the one downside. It doesn't give you the national data, but you can see the full suite here. You can draw and all that fun stuff, and get down to the ground level. It lets you access everything. You can access the this is in Minneapolis. That's the NextRed site there, and then you can also access the airport data there as well. You can see there on our Classic. And then another feature that others will notice, you can access Canada's data too.
I know Calgary, where our guest was last week, has a winter storm going on up in Calgary. If you want to go and look at that.
And you can see there, this also has precipitation, so you can see the snow there. One thing you'll notice is that, if I can give a thorough view of this, you can see here is that this only offers about this much in reality. From, say, the Great Falls site offers about that much around it.
Yeah.
So these radar sites do offer farther data, but Environment Canada likes making people pay a lot of money for stuff. And you can zoom pretty far. I mean, it is high-res data. You can scope around. Radar scope, get that. You can look at everything from Alaska. Look at Alaska data if it will. Well, it must be quiet in Alaska or something, but
I doubt it's quiet in Alaska.
You can see there's a little bit of rain there. You can look at Hawaii's data. They have 4 sites down there. Look at all the good old data there, and then you can look at Puerto Rico. Then you can see they got a little bit of rain there. If you go over far enough, you can see, I believe, Guam.
Down. You're going.
You can see Guam is on here too, with air base reflectivity. Dido. Draw and all that fun stuff. You can actually make a drawing board out here because it's just ocean. So, you can see. So all that fun stuff. And if I look on here, I'm going to shut off AirPlay while I go and find other weather things. I don't really have a lot of, we can look at the Yahoo weather app, but aside, I don't.
Right there. And we'll say we're not endorsing them. We're just telling people what they are, what they do, and whatnot. We do have the hazardous weather thing. We have used Weather Bell. We do use all the GR stuff, 2-3 analysis, and GR Earth. We do all use those.
So you can see here, you get all there's different apps you can get, the basic ones. This one's been popular, I didn't notice, even though I don't really understand why, because it looks like a pretty terrible app, but you can see fires. Go over and look at all that fun stuff. I noticed these are using some interesting weather icons, but there's that. You can look at there's a full suite. You can look at the Intellicast app, which this one's better than most. You can look at the weather.
Intellicast, that goes back to like the 90s.
Yeah, so you can get that. No, I don't want to download. You got the Weathercaster app, which is not Davis Weathercaster, but look at that. All that fun stuff with it. Pretty basic. So you have all these apps with it. And if you see, maybe here's something you can maybe do to see if you don't mind the heat there, but see if this will actually work. Oh, there we go. Virtual webcam. Oh, I'm kind of covering that there, but there's me.
Since his laptop didn't want to work before.
So you got all my stuff there. So there's that. So that's that.
There's several others that we probably don't know or haven't found or don't use at this point. So.
Oh, talk about Troop to Max, which is only $30,000 through W.
Yeah, if you buy everything, you'll be poor.
Yeah.
But you'll have the
So,
best weather forecast. You'll just be poor.
You can also access best site in the world. Yes, I'll show you.
You mean NCDC?
No. I think
No,
this
that's
is
that's one of the hardest sites. That's a good place to find very historical data back in
the powerful site on the
planet.
I think this gives you the most bang for your buck right here. Pretty powerful site.
Yeah, when it comes to it, when it's the Weather Service radar.
I mean, look at how you can zoom in. You can't zoom in.
That's the bad thing about the Weather Service.
Well, look at all these products that you get. You get a whopping 6 products. Pretty quality.
And you can't tilt.
Can't tilt through them. You can look at the long range base reflective. Pretty quality right there. You can look at these fantastic mosaics. Again, static images, can't zoom in. But no precip typing, pretty basic. Yeah, so that's that. Look at Hawaii and whatever radars they have in Alaska. Even though this part should probably be in Canada, but whatever. Yeah, so that's that. Jeff, do you have anything?
I don't have anything else right now.
Well, it is now 8:03.
I shout out all of these things.
Yeah, I will shout out Radar Scope. You can join, or actually, I'll shout out the Radar Scope users group on Facebook, which I'm the admin in. Pretty nifty group with about 1,800 members. And you can find it on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/radarscope. And you can find all the good. There's a lot of stuff there. You can see radar images and get updated with all the new versions and all that fun stuff. So that's my shout out. Aside from that, before we go, the NWA, I put in my I also want to shout out someone else. I want to shout out the one and only Dave Freeman. He is the chief meteorologist at KSNW. I think he's a great meteorologist in the Wichita area. I think he's pretty good at beating out Jay Prater down there. I mean, he is up for president of the NWA, and I did vote for him. I do think he'll be a good president of the NWA. Will really add to his resume and make him a pretty good contender compared to Jay Prater. So he has been.
That's an inside joke for those that may not know what's going on, but I know what's going on. So
21 years there at KSNW in Wichita, pretty good compared to Jay Prater, and has been active in the NWA for nearly 25 years. He has served 2 terms as an NWA counselor, as a member of the Strategic Planning Committee, and 2 terms as a member of the Professional Development Committee. He has also served on an early web advisory committee. In addition, Dave has served the NWA Broadcast Seal program since 1990 as publicity chair, broadcast seal chair, broadcast committee chair, and 2 terms as a member of the Broadcast Standards and Ethics Subcommittee. He has been active in mentoring sessions for students and as a coach at the student DVD swap at NWA annual meetings. So, and I voted for him. I also voted for Paul Schlatter, who is the NWS Deputy Chief of Staff for Vice President, Treasurer. I voted for John R. Scala, I do believe, if I can remember right. There's no one up for secretary of the NWA, so that's going to be vacant, I'm guessing, this year. I voted for Jonathan Dells for student counselor, and as well as I did notice Nick Walker was up for counselor this year for the NWA, so I definitely voted for him along with a few other people. So yeah, if you're a member of the NWA, make sure to go vote for Dave Freeman for president. If it was I think he'll be the king of Kansas weather. He's the #1 there in Kansas. He does great for the TV station there. KSNW is lucky to have him. If you are watching severe weather in Kansas, make sure to tune in to KSNW for the quality weather coverage provided by Dave Freeman, #1 right there. So anyway, we're gonna kill it out for tonight.
Here's a lovely picture of Dave.
Yeah, Dave Freeman, #1 right there. So we're gonna shout him out there, #1 there in the Kansas area. So to end this out tonight, Jeff, who's our upcoming guest?
Next week will be by myself with Matt Makins from KMGH in Denver. We're going to talk about Colorado weather, all the weather that seems to happen there, the roller coaster temperatures they seem to have there, which we're seemingly having here, and a lot of severe weather that they've gotten out there. And he's also used to work in Wichita. And then on December 12th, we have John Wetter from the HOP WRF model. We'll talk about that model, some of the chasing that he's done. And then after that, we have nobody scheduled because nobody will respond to emails. So, but we'll figure something out. We'll do something with that. But so if anybody has any guest suggestions for us, you can send them to info@iawx.net. Henry and I will get them, and we will send it on to Mike too, who will get them. So, and you want to contact me, I'm on Twitter at IowaWX. I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/IowaWX. Henry, where can they find you since you'll be gone again for several more weeks?
I am on Twitter at HenryCLuker_WX. You can email me at henry@iawx.net. I'm on Facebook. You can find me there. search for me. You know how to do it. But aside, 8-10, everybody have a nice rest of your weekend, or beginning of your weekend now. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. And just have a fantastic start to December. And I will be back on hopefully later on if I have a break during my basketball schedule. But anywho, have a great night, everybody. God bless, and just have some fun this weekend.